So, another little broadcast here. Not a lot of people get to see London at night, but it's very easy to see London at night whenever you come in the wintertime because night begins, I think, at noon. Anyways, here we are, Buckingham Palace. This is the Queen's official residence, as you're kind of seeing, and a lot of big peeps over there, kind of like big guns, taking a look at everything that's going on. The palace is here behind us. Now, of course, the palace didn't start out as a palace. It started out as a residence. It was called Buckingham House and was actually purchased by one of the Hanoverian monarchs. And this facade was actually constructed in the mid-1800s, believe it or not. It's actually not as old as one would think it is. It is lit up at night. It's very hard to see. But up at the very top is a flagpole, and up there is the royal standard. And if the royal standard's flying, that means the Queen is in residence. Now, the private apartments are on that side, around the corner. This entire facade here was built in the mid-1800s, and that balcony right up there, that is the balcony that, the very famous balcony that a lot of times you see a lot of things happen there, weddings, and they all kind of gather. I'm going to flip the camera around. You're going to see another. And this is going to be another landmark here outside Buckingham Palace. This is the memorial to Queen Victoria, who up until Queen Elizabeth was the longest reigning queen in British history. And you're looking at the back of it, and we're going to go forward a little bit. We're going to go around to the front of it, and that is where you will see Queen Victoria's statue, and also looking up a very long and wide avenue, and that is known as the Mall. We pronounce it the Mall. It's called the Mall. And that's the long road that leads up to Buckingham Palace that you probably see on some of the big televised events and stuff like that. It is a busy road, and they'll line up with Union Jacks on official occasions, state opening of Parliament and stuff like that. We're coming around, and now you can start seeing the profile of Queen Victoria there. And this monument to her was erected probably shortly after her death in the very beginning of the 20th century, and her son Edward VII took over. And then there you see the palace. And just like in Washington, D.C., as you can imagine, security was a very big issue, where you used to be able to drive all over Washington, D.C. Now you can't. And just same as here. When I first came to London, you used to be able to drive the whole way around this circle. And now you can't. So off to the left of my frame, that is the road that comes around. But when you get behind the other monument, you can't get around anymore. It's all blocked off. So this is Queen Victoria's monument. And she is looking up the Mall. You can see her kind of sitting there looking all frumpy. It's really a stunning monument to her. But right behind the Queen Victoria monument is Buckingham Palace, which then comes off over to the side here. And then now you see the palace. This is up from the monument, so this is a much better view than what we had down below. Ed Pavlovsky wants to know what time it is. I don't know. I want to say it's like 6 o'clock here. But that is the palace. That facade, of course, built in the middle of the 1800s, and behind it is a quadrangle. So the house itself was behind where this is, and then they built the wings on it, almost like a U. I want to say William IV, he built this facade, or maybe Victoria did, not particularly sure, and it enclosed what is now the quadrangle. Now, this area down below us was where cars used to be able to drive, but they don't drive there anymore, so it's kind of kept open for the change in the guard ceremony, which happens at 11 o'clock every morning. Right there in the front of the palace used to stand a big marble arch that was constructed, but you didn't have the ability anymore to get carriages through, so they had to up and relocate the marble arch, and it's actually up near Edgware Road. It was up near Edgware Road, so you can go see the marble arch today But like a wonderful government project, they couldn't get carriages through it. So after they couldn't get the carriages through it, then they moved it up there. They just put this big fence that you saw in front of it, and that was that. So anyways, I just thought I'd let you know. So the only question I got tonight, what time is it here? I don't know. It was gin time, I can tell you that. A wonderful gin and tonic over near St. James Palace. Now I'm going to go around again.
7:28.
Oh, it's 7:28 p.m. Thank you very much, sir.
Sure thing.
Thank you very much. A stranger has come by and offered me. So I'm going to go back up here on Queen Victoria's monument again, and I'm going to go around and I'll show you what the Mall looks like looking down from the monument itself. And then over on the other side, then you'll see other areas that are, poignant to English history. Clarence House, which is the home of Prince Charles and Camilla. Yeah, I'm laughing. 7:20, thank God. So it's 7:20 here, 5 hours past, or whatever that is, for the East Coast. We talked earlier on my post from Greenwich Mean Time, GMT, and how time is measured from there. So it's GMT -5, Ed, is where we are. So 7:20 here, and Los Angeles would be GMT -8. So spinning. And you're looking down the Mall, and so that is the long avenue that kind of goes all the way down to Trafalgar Square, and then the Admiralty Arch. It's very difficult to see over in this area here. Over here is Clarence House, where Prince Charles lives, and you can see that red arc over in the distance. And what that red arc is, that is the Millennium Eye. That is a large Ferris wheel that is on the other side of the Thames, on the other side from the Palace of Westminster, also known as...
It's now 7:30.
7:30, thank you very much, kind sir, who is the same person, who amazingly gave me the same time as before. It's amazing this person is
No, it was
following
7:28.
Oh, but it's the same person giving me the time. But anyways, coming around again, and I'll just kind of tilt up and you'll get a great shot there of Queen Victoria. And then again, coming down and coming around, you come on to Buckingham Palace. So the Queen is home, her standard is flying, and the palace is there. And there is Buckingham Palace. No other questions, it's perfectly fine. It's actually not that bad temperature-wise here, and it's going to be great weather. Are you 6 hours ahead of us here in Johnstown?
You are 6 hours.
No, I'm not 6 hours ahead. I'm 5 hours ahead. If you're in the Eastern time zone, you're in... Stop it, idiot. Anyways, no, it's 5 hours ahead. Ed, okay, no. See, now it asked me, so I don't. I'm gonna let it go.
No.
Anyways, it's 5 hours. I think it's just a small window of time. Well, what's it doing? I think it's just a small window of time, Ed, that it is 6 hours. I think it's whenever we changed our, that's my business partner. He's doing it again, jumping in and out. So I think it was just a small, we moved our daylight savings time a couple years ago to give us more daylight. And ever since then, I think in that small window of time, shut up. Anyways, in that small window of time, it's that strange English guy again, gives me time. That's whenever it gets to 6 hours, but that's really it. But so it's 5 hours ahead. GMT -5 hours is where we live, including you in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. So anyways, that will be the end of that. And no other questions. I'm gonna head back to the hotel and prepare for tomorrow's meeting. So thank you all for watching, and one last shot of Buckingham Palace. London, England, a very chilly evening, and that's that. Y'all have a great night. You're welcome, Ed.